Today we're looking at a summary of the 48 Laws of Power, the strategic playbook, to figure out why the kids who got the gold stars in grad school rarely end up running the company. Okay, let's unpack this.
What's fascinating here is how deeply we are conditioned to believe the world just automatically rewards pure merit. Like, we think it's a perfectly fair system.
100%. It's like we're playing checkers, just moving one space at a time, but the really powerful people, they're playing chess.
That's a great way to put it. The book's dark truth is that the world just isn't fair. It runs on perception, not objective truth. And beneath the surface of all our, rational corporate logic, it's actually raw human emotions. Things like ego, fear, and insecurity, those are what control most decisions.
Which completely changes how you have to navigate your career. We're told the workplace is a meritocracy where the best work wins, but really it's a theater production. Your success depends way more on how well you manage the stage lighting, like what you choose to illuminate and what you keep in the shadows.
Yes, that is a brilliant analogy, especially when it comes to dealing with the people above you. The book points out this really dangerous trap, which is Law 1. Never outshine the master. The instinct is always to prove you're the smartest person in the room.
Right, you want to show off your skill.
Exactly, but if you turn that spotlight on yourself and inadvertently outshine your boss, you trigger their deepest insecurities.
Wait, really? So by just doing your job too well, you accidentally make yourself a threat.
You do. Their emotional reaction, whether it's fear or envy, it becomes an invisible obstacle to your growth. The strategic move is to deliberately angle that stage lighting to make them look superior.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, you make them feel brilliant. And while they're busy basking in that glow, you're quietly gaining actual influence behind the scenes.
Okay, but I have to push back on this a bit, because modern workplace culture is entirely obsessed with open communication, right? Radical transparency, bringing your authentic self to work. Yet Law 4 demands, we always say, less than necessary. Does talking too much truly lower your value?
It really does.
Yeah.
The psychological mechanism behind it is incredibly powerful. When you over-explain, you reveal your boundaries, your limits, and you often inadvertently expose your insecurities. You're just giving people too much data.
Interesting.
By speaking less, you create this aura of mystery. It's basic human nature. People abhor vacuum. So if you are silent, they will project profound meaning and intelligence onto that silence.
You are essentially forcing them to fill in the blanks. And I guess they usually fill them in with something way more intimidating than the truth. Plus, it keeps opponents guessing, which I think is Law 3, right? Concealing your intentions.
Precisely. They can't block your intentions if they don't know what you're actually aiming for. You control the narrative by restricting the flow of information. And, well, that mystery becomes the foundation of your reputation, which is Law 5. You have to guard that fiercely.
Because without a strong image, your influence just vanishes the moment someone challenges you.
Exactly. You have to build it up and destroy attacks instantly.
Here's where it gets really interesting, though. Managing your own image is one thing, but the book's take on who you let into your circle is completely counterintuitive. It warns against putting too much trust in your friends, which is Law 2, and actually suggests that former enemies make better allies. That sounds kind of crazy at first glance.
It does sound crazy, but if we connect this to the bigger picture of human dynamics, it makes perfect sense. When you hire or rely on a friend, the relationship is burdened by all this emotional history. Friends often feel a sense of hidden entitlement.
Right, they expect favors.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And the moment they feel slighted, that resentment breeds betrayal. A former enemy, however, has everything to prove.
Oh, I see.
Yet, if you give them a second chance, they will work relentlessly out of a need to secure your trust. Their motivation is entirely different.
They're operating on self-interest and self-preservation, which is just way more predictable than a friend's ego. And the book takes this ruthless pragmatism a step further with Law 10. It bluntly advises avoiding unhappy and unlucky people. I mean, is misery really contagious?
In a very literal sense, yes. We are highly susceptible to the moods and mindsets of those around us. Chronically unhappy people often subconsciously engineer their own misfortune through negative patterns.
So if you tether yourself to them, you get dragged into their drama.
Right, and their chaotic decision-making. You end up absorbing their failures. But the source has a crucial warning here. These are controversial manipulation tactics. They really must be used ethically, to protect yourself and understand others, not to just cause harm.
So, what does this all mean? The core takeaway for you listening is that power is not a gift that is handed out fairly at the end of the day. Power isn't given, it's understood and taken. You can choose to ignore the psychology of how people actually operate, but rest assured others will use these strategies on you.
Which leaves us with a really interesting scenario to ponder. Imagine if everyone in your workplace started silently applying these exact laws tomorrow. How would your daily interactions change? And would you even be able to spot the game being played?